Okay, we are on the painty part. So I've got my brush selected, soft round, 100% opacity, pressure selection is on. If you do not have a pen, you could probably set your opacity on about 30% with the mouse to build up your values. Smoothing, I like to have a little bit, so 20%. I don't currently have size on, sometimes I do use that. Now I've got my skin layer selected, and I'm going to hold down my command or control button on a PC, and I'm going to click on the picture of the layer. What this will do is this will select everything in the layer. So you can see I've got my selection here. Notice that my skin selection goes under my clothing and hair. I want that to happen on purpose, so I've got a little bit of overlap. So I'm going to hold my Alt Option button down, and I'm going to come over and I'm going to choose a medium dark to start with in my colors. And I like to work with as large of a brush as I think I can get away with. So I'm going to start blocking in some values here. And obviously I'm working from a reference, but because I have pressure sensitivity, I can go a little bit darker with the color, and then that way I can press harder if I need it to be darker. So for instance, if I want that to darken up a little bit, and I'm using my tablet to quickly change my brush sizes. You can, of course, use the brackets on the keyboard. That is also an option. A little bit of shadow here under the hair. But pay attention, you're going to have some general shadow shapes like you will often have a little bit of shadow under the cheeks. But there'll be some other muscle lines like that under the lip, the lower lip for sure, under the bottom side of the nose. Of course, unless your light's coming from the bottom, but usually it's coming from the top, right? Now what's going to happen is that we're going to refine these things a little bit. If you mess up a value, you can always paint back over it. So if I sit here and I'm like, oh, I go too dark in this, I can always use my Alt button. I'm just going to select that skin tone right off the main skin tone, and I can lightly blend this back out. So you can go back and forth, or I can take it out completely and just go right back into my medium color that I had and bring this back in. So don't freak out if you mess up a little bit. Of course, you could always do the Alt Command Z too to back it up. Now we're going to refine these shapes a little bit more in just a bit with the smudge tool. That's what's next. But I've got my darks blocked in now, or my mediums blocked in. I'm going to go to my darks. And notice that I'm not spending a huge amount of time. As I said, we're going to refine the shape here in a little bit. I know you guys are not going to go probably as fast as I do, but that's all right. All right, been doing this for a while. Okay, so pretty happy with my darks are laid out. I'll probably adjust them a touch later, but I'm going to go to my lights. So Alt, grab the lightest color, look for areas that are highlighted. Notice that I'm painting under things like the eyebrows and such. Remember, the details are going to go on top a little bit later on, so I'm not concerned about working where they are at. I'll just paint them on top, and then that way the color of the skin would be, if the eyebrows or the eyelashes, the eyes weren't in front, will just be natural. So that's cool. And oh, you know what? I want a little bit right there. So once again, I'm going to Alt, grab that medium tone, just a little bit of shadow there under the eyebrow ridge, and we're good to go.